Hi, it's Jon Mitchell, Mayor of New Bedford, and this is another installment of the Mayor's Weekly Update. So, the first thing I want to say today is I really want to give a shout out to the police department and especially the detectives who were involved in a major fentanyl seizure in the North End last week. So, this was one of the largest seizures we've seen in the city. About 3/4 of a kilo of fentanyl and about $1.3 million in cash. And look, we talk a lot, obviously, about the problem we have with opioids in the city, and it is something we've struggled with for a while, like many other cities across the country. And part of what we've been doing to deal with it has included, of course, educational efforts in our schools, prevention efforts more broadly, treatment efforts, as well as saving people, responding to folks who have been who are overdosing. But a big part of the effort, of course, is interdiction, law enforcement. Breaking up drug distribution networks is a major part of the effort, and we know that if it's harder for folks who are addicted to readily get the drugs, it's more likely that they'll get into treatment, and it's also more likely that that others who might be inclined to sell drugs here will think twice about it. So this particular seizure was really really important because of its sheer size, and it will disrupt the flow of drugs into the city, and we have to continue to keep the pressure on, of course. But I wanted to just let everybody know what a great job our detectives did. The second thing I wanted to talk about this week is a measure that was in front of the City Council, and it has to do with the Hicks Logan area of the city, right? Just north of the Wamsutta Mills, just south of 195, just to the west of the waterfront, an area of the city that has a long history but has fallen into extensive disrepair, fair to say. And the City Council passed to a second reading a measure that would create a redevelopment district in that area. This is important because it's the first big step that will allow us to start to redevelop, to assemble parcels, to acquire parcels in that area, and then to allow it to be redeveloped. So it's an area, it's a measure that's long overdue, and I want to thank the City Council for starting in on it. More to come on that later on. The third thing that I wanted to talk about today, and you may have heard a little bit about this, is this news about mattress disposal. So the state has issued regulations that are now requiring everybody who would like to dispose of a mattress or a box spring to recycle them. They are no longer being accepted in the trash. So what this has done is it's forced cities, as well as in our case, the refuse district, which is a combination of New Bedford and Dartmouth, to look at how mattresses can be recycled. There's a charge when they are collected. The mattress recyclers charge the trash hauler for the mattresses or the box springs themselves. And so, the question then becomes, well, who pays for that? In the case of Dartmouth, the refuse district has decided that it is going to be $35 per mattress. I think that for the city, that is too high. And so we're trying to work out a lower number. Nothing is going to happen until January 1st at the earliest. But I just wanted to let everybody know that that is coming and that we're working to find a number that we think will be fair, but also discourage dumping on the street. It shouldn't be free, in my view, just because somebody has to pay for it. If it's not the person discarding the mattress, it's taxpayers who are going to pick up that fee eventually. So that's getting worked through right now, and more to come on that. But my position is that $35 is too much for New Bedford, and that it has to be lower. The last thing I just want to talk about today is early voting. It started last week. It is going to continue through Friday of next week. We encourage you to come right on out, just right over there to the main branch of our public library system right on Pleasant Street, and cast your vote. It's really easy. If you think that you're not going to be able to make it on election day itself, come on by. It's open from 8 to 4, and it just takes a few minutes. And we're hoping to get our, as I've said before, get our turnout numbers up. They were very low for the primary, and so we want to make sure that New Bedford's getting on board. So anyway, that's been the Mayor's Weekly Update this week. We'll see you next week.
Hi, I'm Taya Leone, and you're watching New Bedford Cable Network. Good for you.